Our train wrecked to spin fire. The NFT analyzer, diving deep into projects. He's the crypto energizer. From numeric coins to tokens, he's got all the intel. Web3 wizardry to show you where to excel. He's got the insights like a digital magician, unveiling secrets of the blockchain with precision. While stories from the web, he's always in the know. Crypto community, vibing where the treasures flow.
Good morning, man. Mega GMs. Boy, we're in for a weird week. We're in for a weird, like a lot more than that. We're lucky to live in a special time. I think. Fuck, man. I don't know. We live in the strangest of times, I think. And I bet you there's like many other civilizations who said that too. But man, we live in a weird ass time. And I think it's kind of exciting. Wartime. We won't talk much about that because I think it's get a good distraction from it here today. Know what I'm saying? We'll talk about its impact on the market just briefly. But if anything, I'm thinking about like just not even looking at that stuff at all. Crazy stuff. Some GMs real quick. And then let's hit some top stories. Let's look at the market. Let's see what we can expect this week. And then I'm playing with a mind. Today we're going to go and, Katz, it's good to see you, buddy. It's great to see you, man. If you weren't here last week watching, I have a new goal here, right? With our stream, our morning show, which is I'm trying to get myself fired from my job. I'm trying to get my my mind to replace what I do. That's the goal. And we're going to continue on that goal today. That's what we're going to do. Hang on. Come on. Amateur hour here. Let's hit some GMs. Let's get to these top stories. But yeah, Katz, I missed you last week, buddy. I noticed when you're not around, dude. It's good to see you. Pryor, good morning. Yeah, hang on. Training. That's some hardcore training, man. Let's see who's here. Hoods is here. Good morning, Hoods. Gold's cooking, by the way. Yep. Moonship, good morning. It's broken, dude, and I want to dive into that just quickly this morning. And I wonder, boy, it was a crazy last week. It was as crazy as this week is. Last week was actually crazier. And so you start wondering what this week could actually look like. But, the U.S. government, Department of War, ended their contract with Anthropic, 6 months to pull off, get all their government agencies out of using Claude. And then look, I am canceling ChatGPT probably today, but OpenAI swooping right in, first backing up Anthropic, and then within hours signing a contract with the government to say, dude, we'll kill people for you. Yeah, no, we're good. You need surveillance, we got you. Well, by the way, do it. Just do it. Just like do it. It's fine. We assume that's happening anyways. Like, we're not stupid. We know that's happening. Just don't lie to us. Just don't come out and put out that tweet that Sam Altman did saying, hey, we talked to the Department of War and they're totally with us. They're like surveillance, not good, not going to do it. And killing people with it. No, only by lawful means, right? No, they were on the same page. The Department of War and us, OpenAI, same page, man. It's all good. Sam Altman's a slime ball. Right, he is, and we know that. We already know that, but like that, for me, is a line, and I don't have many lines, by the way. You guys who know me know I have pretty much no lines. I'm like an enjoyer. Like, bring on the fuckery, bring on chaos, like bring it on. I'm here for it. Just don't talk to us like we're stupid. That I can't get with that. So, ChatGPT subscriptions going bye-bye. And a lot of people are doing it. Claude is the number one app in the Apple App Store. 700,000 people, and this is as of some point yesterday, 700,000 people had ditched their ChatGPT subscriptions. Right? Plus one for me today. Okay, to that point, I would like Claude in mind. Well, that's happening this week. So like that's happening this week, and I can't wait. And that will almost all of that will be live, as in we'll stream it. We'll walk you through how I'm gonna set it up live. But I got the Mac Mini coming. You don't need a Mac Mini to do the OpenClaw thing, by the way. You don't. But I'm doing OpenClaw. I'm gonna use Claude. That arrives Wednesday. Let's fucking go. Wednesday it's coming. So Wednesday I'm gonna go get that bad boy set up. We'll ditch the ChatGPT subscription. We're gonna go full Claude. Trislet was in chat this weekend and he gave some tips about how you can do it way cheaper. So I gotta hit up Trislet and get some of those tips again. But Butternuts is going bye-bye, and you know, I'll miss her and I won't. You know what I mean? You know, like I enjoyed using ChatGPT, but we're not gonna anymore. Vision hates Ripple, and Vision hates Cardano, huh? Hey, down 96% by May. I like the prediction. I like it. It's bold. Sir Billy, good morning. E-Rock, good morning, buddy. Good to see you. What's the background? The blue? The blue? DK, good morning, man. Good to see you. Gravity, good morning. Boy, we're busy. It's good. Double, good morning. OpenAI needs the money. Yeah, I mean, geez, that government contract, they clearly don't, and they got so much. I can't wait to see how the like XAI versus, you know, OpenAI thing plays out. So, man, Mufasa, good morning. Gold's King, yeah. Cass, why would that change for you personally because of what you do? Codex, yeah, the ChatGPT Codex or whatever. But yeah, Peep's got an app for OpenClaw on the Seeker. Interesting. Yeah, dude, you don't need a Mac Mini if you've got like a second phone that you're not using. Wipe it, start fresh. You can use a Raspberry Pi. You can use a VPS. You just can. I've been watching so many videos on setting it up and what you need and don't need. You do not need a Mac Mini. I'm just doing it just for ease, just to get it going as quick as I can. And I'm gonna pair it with a mind, and I can't wait. I hope using that helps me, you know, gives me a different way to interface with it, gives me a different way to like, I hope opens up minds for me. And what I can't wait for, and we're gonna get to this stuff, but what I really can't wait for is when it warms up just a little more here. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the house. I'm gonna leave the fucking house. And I'm going to go to local, like I'm going to farms, and I want to see if I can help them build out like any kind of like agentic solutions. I don't know what it would be, but I want to talk to them and get an idea of what their day-to-day looks like. Say, maybe we can automate that. I don't want to replace their like workers, but what I do want to do is say, you know, I want to put it as like automate the shit that you can automate away, have more people there for like the more human to human stuff, right? I want to do that badly, and I will do that, and I can't wait. So, that's a goal coming up here. Hang on, I'm trying to kick off the Abstract stream. Holy cow, I can't stream on Abstract anymore. So, mention this weekend, Abstract is in a weird spot. Yeah, dude. Abstract changed it where you can't stream from StreamYard or OBS. You have to put in a link to X. And because on the weekdays I stream from a different account, I have to put in an X link from that account to my linked X account. So if I'm not streaming on my Hudah, you know, profile on X, I can't stream on Abstract. This sucks. I'm gonna have to chat with them. I think that sucks. Farmers will be the toughest egg to crack. With crypto, yes, but with AI, I don't know. I just picture automating like inventory stuff. And like, here's where my head goes. And I don't know if I connect all the dots yet, but like their inventory and like local, like farmers markets and just coordinating and right. Like stuff like that I think it's going to be helpful for. And then more than that, I don't know, but I know it can help. They're like, man, I haven't cracked it myself quite yet, but in the process. Anyway, okay. Big story today. Claude is down. Is it still down right now? I actually don't think so. It might be for some people, but Claude down, which kind of scary. Also kind of expected. It's happened before, but this feels very much related to what's going on in Iran, right? And I would expect a lot of this. It feels like what's going on over there is maybe just getting started. Do we agree there, guys? Does it feel like it's just getting started? It doesn't feel like this is like the Venezuela thing, like in and out. And even though I know that's not done either, but boy, it feels like, dude, that'd be fun. Yeah, that'd be, yeah, yeah. It feels like this is just starting, right? Really curious how today and early this week looks, but bombs are flying. They're hitting everywhere in Iran, outside of Iran. It looks like it's going to get ugly. Yeah, just getting started. Yeah, this feels like it's going to get ugly. Someone tweeted this. Who tweeted this? It might have been Anon on chain, but said this feels like the closest to World War III we've been in like his life. And I'm like, man, I think so. I think it does feel like that. Closest we've been. I don't think this is it, but also, boy, this does feel like the closest. But anyway, I think what's happening here is we got news this morning that some missiles hit some data centers, like AWS data centers or whatever. I mean, around that time is when we hear Claude's down, and Claude was down. 2 to 4 weeks, Mike Bennett. 2 to 4 weeks of this. Okay. Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a big old fucking thing. But I've got my eye on down detector, and I imagine actually Claude is still pretty down, pretty down. Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of this today. I'm expecting X outages. I just am. It just feels like that today. You can see AWS in the middle of some outages, like just it's like an across the board thing, and I think we're going to see a lot of that, especially today, and especially as we get deeper. It just feels like it, right? So I'm going to be watching there until I can't watch there anymore because the internet's down. So it's going to be one of those weeks, one of those gold's cooking. I dig this actually because that's a whole other chat we should be having. But like, yeah, how do you build things that are like decentralized enough to not have outages? Time chain designed to be temporally resilient and capable of experiencing downtime. Interesting. All right, Mike Bennett's Claude is working. Yeah, I don't think full down. I don't think it's down across the board. It might have been earlier today, like down for all, I think. Like right there, and then quickly whatever. But you don't know if this is related to the AWS stuff or if this is get the US Claude, or I should say Anthropic has been deemed what? Like a supply chain threat. That happened last week too. Just wild stuff. By the way, hit the like on the show. We're only on X and we're on YouTube. On the YouTube side, we're over at Crypto Slam. So head over there, smash a like, subscribe. Max Studio, dude. Yes, if you want to run like local models and like really get cooking, get that Max Studio. Yeah. I can't wait to dive in and just feel out what I need and what I don't and how deep to go. And I just can't wait. I can't wait to get started. And I'm like, it's such that beginning point where I'm like, okay, what other hardware do I even need? Because I buy the Mac Mini. I'm like, well, fuck, I need a display and I'm going to need keyboard, mouse at least to start. And man, I just can't wait to start, to feel it out and even then, and then finally get rolling here. 500 gig RAM local. Good Lord. Luna, good morning. Thanks. I dig that, Mufasa. Mufasa always has great takes, man. AI stands for automated intelligence, far from the AI we believe. Yeah. Dude, that's a great take. I like that. Yatsu is out there preaching. Dude, I love it. Yat is talking about minds. It's like all he's talking about. Again, I love it. So he's out there speaking at the Imperial College about AI and crypto. And as you can tell, again, if you're looking at Animoca Brands and what they're talking about, it's all AI. It's all that blockchain is the infrastructure for AI. I'm there. I've been there. I believe it. There's no part of me that doesn't believe that AI needs blockchain. AI is better with blockchain. Blockchain is better with AI. It's like they're two sides of the same coin. They're part of the same thing. Ultimately, they are. In the long run, they are. And slowly we're getting there. I'll show you today, like Venice is showing we're really getting there quick. But that said, I love it. I love Yat speaking. again, talking about AI crypto, but going that step further and talking about what they're building and what we're building and what we're doing in a big way together. They're using mines. They're using Ethos Swarm mines. They're using a different like civilization, a different type. Can I call them a breed? A different breed of mines? Animoca mines. You guys who tune in every day, you've heard of them. Animoca mines. Check them out. Animoca mines on X. Go to amind.ai. Launch one, try it free. They work for a few days before you got to start getting, some payments in there, but you get days with it before that happens. So go animocamines.ai or go to amind.ai. Either way, launch one. Hang on, let's go Ethos Swarm. Animocamines.ai or go to amind.ai. I launched 2 today. One today, one yesterday. I'll show what I launched. But again, launch it. It's free. No installs, no accounts, no permissions. It's a cloud agentic system. Chat with it in email, chat with it in Telegram. And the cool thing is, and people are starting to wake up to this, how do you bake crypto into AI and not make it like in your fucking face, crypto, right? It's so annoying. You just meter it in crypto, but don't even make people buy it. Like, let them pay with their credit card. Behind the scenes swap for crypto. It's what we're doing here with Ethos Swarm. In a way, it's what Venice is doing. Venice has got some huge news, especially today. It's exactly what Venice is doing. That's actually what OpenClaw is doing in a way. And all of a sudden, you've got people who seem very anti-crypto who maybe are not. So watch for a lot of projects to kind of copy what we're doing and what Venice is doing. It's just metering your inference with, but you pay in crypto. Good shit. All right. Take a look at the crypto market because I don't know where we're going. I think crypto's holding up pretty damn well, but I don't know where we're going. Michael Saylor bought 200 million worth of Bitcoin. Good. Man doesn't stop. His buys will age really, really well. However, boys, we got a blood moon tonight or tomorrow. Well, not tonight. Blood moon tonight. Okay, we need a moon quant. Actually, I'm thinking I've got a short list of things I'm going to do with my OpenClaw, right? I got a pretty short list. Yes, newsletter, but I'm going to mostly do that with my mind. Some content stuff, but I also want to make finally like a very legit moon quant, which like months and months last year at some point, I made a X account for moon quant and I never did anything with it. But no, I think now it's time I can have my agent go out and look at like lunar cycles and match it up with crypto charts. And maybe it can actually build charts, but we need a good moon quant because we know moon cycles and crypto price, super strong correlation. So blood moon, I got super excited for. And then I realized blood moon, because then I looked at the chart, it's actually super bearish. We almost always dump on blood moons, like big dump. Last one was in, I want to say September. Didn't happen in September. September was like the exception, right? Where we didn't dump, we actually ran up to all-time high, right? October was all-time high for Bitcoin. But normally blood moon is massive fucking dump. So what happens this time around? I don't know. But just be aware, blood moon tonight, usually there's some kind of action. I don't make the rules, guys. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right, Bitcoin right now. Let me zoom in here. We'll talk death and taxes a little bit too. A little bit. Not long on it. I spent the weekend going fucking ham on that. I love it. Bitcoin at 65.4. Full moons, yes. Blood moon, different moon. Well, moon shit might be our moon quant, but blood moon's different. Blood moon is usually super bad. Yeah, moon quant, yeah. It's out there already. There's already, you can go to, DK, you probably know. You can go to TradingView and there's some good charts there for, moon phases or whatever. ETH at 19. We were back over 2K this weekend. Looked great for a minute. BNB 620, Ripple 134, Solana 83. I just have no feel for this market right now. None. I don't care. I'm all stabled up for the most part. I don't care. Only thing I'm playing in crypto right now is our own token Swarm. I'm so giga bullish. Yes, I have Swarm. And then I'm doing NFTs. I will make the case for NFTs again. I'll probably do it every day. Because I think it's the most exciting thing in crypto other than AI. but NFTs are in just the best spot. Prior, just you got to look, if you look it up, and I'll try to do this when I get my OpenClaw going. The correlation between the moon phases and crypto prices is spot on. It is. I didn't believe it. And then I got guys like Lemon telling me that and then showing me it. And I'm like, dude, it's almost without fail. Full moon, price up. Blood moon, price down. Almost without fail. Crazy. It's crazy stuff. I do want to look at ETFs real quick because we didn't do it like at all last week. So let me peek. And I'm doing this because I saw Tyler post that we got like massive inflows last week, which could be a great sign. So real quick, ETFs. Yeah, we'll lean heavy into safety as we're setting up OpenClaw this week for sure. That might be a time change shill, which I hope it is. All right, last week. Yeah, okay, decent. A pretty good week. Look, started last week, 200 mil in outflows. This is Bitcoin, by the way, but then 257 mil in inflows, then 506 mil, then 254 mil. Pretty good week. Mike, I'm going to say I think AI was lying to you. I mean, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't just say that, except like I checked the chart. I've checked it. And this is last year when I first heard about the moon, correlation. I checked it, dude. It's crazy. It's like almost spot on. Anyway, Bitcoin did have a big week last week. Cool to see. Let's just peek at ETH. I don't care about Solana right now. ETH with a decent week too. Definitely worth watching this week. We have some employment data, I think, coming in this week. Unemployment data. So could be an interesting week for the market from that. But again, ETFs seeing inflows. Maybe a sign. Maybe. We'll see. But right now, market just so ugly. So ugly. We locked in a 5-month red streak for Bitcoin. First time we've seen that since 2018. So yeah, this does feel like 2018. I was here. I still think 2018 felt worse. I really do. I really think sentiment in 2018 was worse. I mean, you had people that did not think it was coming back. Most people. I would say most people. And it doesn't feel like that now, but we're closer there than ever. Yeah, it was brutal then. So we had a 6-month streak. Bitcoin losing, right? 5 months now. We lock in this month, March, and we'll match 2018. And after that, uncharted territory. If we end March down, if we end April down, that will be the first time ever 7 months in a row. So that's what I'm looking out for now. Doesn't matter, no. To me, not one bit. And I'll peek again. I will. I'll peek again. But I'm gonna have OpenClaw. I'm gonna have OpenClaw, see if it can really like dial that in. And that's one of those things I'm sure it can do, right? So I can't wait, dude. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, just once I get that thing, it's just game on. I can't wait. And then I got to figure out cognition and payment plans and just what is this thing going to cost me to run? What can I really do with it? And that's the thing I think everybody's still trying to crack. And all last week, I just said, I know I'm not using AI right. I'm not good at prompting. I'm not getting the most out of it. That's a me thing. I don't think it's a tech thing, but it's part a tech thing. It is. Peter Steinberg. I don't know if this is that same event that Yatsu was speaking at. It might be, but he's kind of making the rounds, and he's like, dude, he draws a crowd. There's a video, and I might actually have it queued up. There's a video of like this room packed with people that just can't wait to hear him talk. So cool. So cool. But what was really cool, guys, was hearing him say he doesn't hate crypto, where I was pretty sure he hates crypto. I mean, he said he hates crypto, but what he really hates is like the grifty scammers, like exactly what he's saying. He got exposed to the trench bros, right? Who, when he was building OpenClaw, they're like, hey, we got a coin, go claim the fees, blah, blah. And then they shit on him, and they're so aggressive and they're so off-putting. He got exposed to that. He hates that. I don't know who doesn't hate that. So nice to see him come out and say he doesn't hate crypto, just the shitty side of it. So we're all on the same page. Hate that part of it. So that was good to hear. even better is, dude, this is actually huge. OpenClaw's default model is now Venice. That's kind of, I think D Farmer's right. I think that's kind of a big deal. That Venice token, VVV, I'll pull it up. That token's on fire. It's soon to be the top AI coin. I'm pretty sure about that. Oh, go figure. Yeah, go figure. Cookie.fun broken again. Always, dude. Always. I don't even know why I go and check here anymore. Always. I would say like 5 out of 7 days a week, this thing is got some bad data. And it's not that hard to clean up. Like whatever's the culprit, like zap it. Just zap that thing. Which one is it? Vox. Well, it's a new one today, actually. It's usually a different one, but zap it. Just zap it. Automate that shit. Come on, use AI and zap whatever it is. It's so whatever. Look, Venice right here, 278 mil market cap. I think Venice is soon to be maybe the top AI token, as in Flips Virtual. I don't know about FET, but and also I don't think I'll count Pippin. Pippin's a meme coin. It is. Like I get that there's maybe some tech there, and I'm going to say maybe, but Pippin is like 100% crime, right? It's a meme coin, and I've seen people say it's actually money laundering happening through Pippin. By the way, Mike Bennett, do you still have Pippin? Mike had Pippin cheap. This thing hit like 700 mil like a week or two ago. So I don't count Pippin in this as an AI coin. I think Venice is the one. Venice, dude, pretty awesome. Venice up 7x in the past 3 months. You can use Venice, their token, which is it Diem? I might have this mixed up. You still got it, Mike Bennett. Jeez, dude. When do you sell? Because that coin's crazy. Yeah, Venice is on fire. I know Nick tweeted something. It was something like, okay, you can take that coin. Again, I thought it was Diem, but maybe there's 2 coins. Maybe I just completely made this up. But you stake the coin. For every coin staked, you get $1 of inference per day. It was something like that. And he said he has 56 tokens and he bought it at like a 10K market cap. And so this dude's getting like, man, you did Mufasa. I remember you telling us about Diem. And I wouldn't fade Mufasa about time chain either. I'll just say that I wouldn't. But 56 tokens, so $56 a day, or he's talking like, it was like $1,600 a month that he can then use to use Claude. Like Claude Opus, what was it? 4.6. He gets $1,600 worth of inference a month, which is crazy. I think that's crazy. Like, dude, and that's where crypto is beautiful, dude. If you can get in early on something and you're buying a token that equals cognition, I think that's crazy. I think that is where crypto shines with AI, right? Do it that way or do it like we're doing. Again, you pay and you're paying with the credit card. Behind the scenes buying for us buying Swarm. Swarm is your credits. That's the way to use this stuff, man. Let people that want to like invest in a company via their, inference, let them do that via the token. I think that's awesome. I think that's the way to do it. And then just don't shove the crypto down people's throats. Let them find it if they want it. Let them see that as an alternative way to invest in AI companies. And normal people never have to see crypto, ever. I mean, it's perfect. Anyway, that's really cool. So when I get my hands on that Mac Mini and I start setting up OpenClaw, I got to decide, do I want Venice to be my default model, or am I going... I don't even know what I'm going to do. There's people who have different tasks broken down to different models, and I do need to do that. I need to figure that out too. But a lot to learn. That's why I can't wait to do it, and I'll do it all, on stream. We'll learn it together. Anybody else who's looking to get in, maybe now's the right time because we just do it live together. But will be awesome. But yeah, that Venice token on fire, dude, just so cool, so cool. Oh, here's Peter. By the way, this is the audience. This is the crowd. The crowd that's there to see him. Guy's jacked. Look at this crowd. Like standing room. This guy's a big deal. And he likes crypto, which is cool. All right, we're going to look at NFT market real quick. And I'm going to shout out Death and Taxes because it's badass, but quickly looking at volume last week. Dude, if that's real, and we had 35 million volume, guys, we had single days with double that volume, triple that volume. We have, for all of last week, 35 million NFT sales. So I think we have a new low. Am I looking at weekly? Yeah, I think we have a new low. Like a 5-year low. That's crazy low. Boy, people don't like NFTs, but I'll say it again. I think they're in the best spot they've been in since 2020 and before. I think they're in a better spot than 21. As in, the people in it love it, don't care the price, the value, the whatever. They're in it. 2 million users, man. Yeah. Yeah. DM is their credit system. Okay. What are you going to do with the new setup? All to get you fired? Yes. Mac Mini is definitely overkill. I'm going for just ease, right? And the goal is at the start, it's to get it set up and then have, how you give it an email account, right? I'm going to make an email account for my agent on OpenClaw, and that email account's going to have a mind. And whatever it is I tell them to do, it's like you use the mind and the mind use OpenClaw, and I want to see what they can do together just on their own. Like, you pick what we do, but also I will have things for it to do. Again, content stuff, make thumbnails, titles, things like that, right? Scripts, all that stuff that people are doing already. And most of what I've seen isn't great, but I need to feel it out. I need to feel what they can do, but I need to feel also what they can't do because I'm trying to call out all the LARPy shit too. And I think 90% of what you see out there is LARPy shit. So I want to be able to call that out from like experience. I don't want to call it out and just say, I think that's bullshit. I want to say, I know it's bullshit because I'm doing the same thing. And this is where it fails. And when I watch all these tutorial videos out there, dude, I'm telling you, 15 minutes of, I have an AI company and I have 8 agents, and they're working together and they're doing this and this. And they always end the video by saying, it does make mistakes. It did do this and it did do this and that was broken and that. And when they say that stuff, I'm like, okay, now you're talking about my experience. You're talking about what always stops me. It always gets to that point where it stops doing the thing. And that thing is so important that it kills it. I saw like an Alex Finn video. He was talking, check this out, dude. Alex Finn was talking about using his OpenClaw to write his newsletter. And he talked about how it came, the result was garbage, right? And then he talked about it writing like a script or something else or some code. And then, he makes his edits in there, but he ends up saying it's writing all my code. And he says then, like, after I made edits and changes and blah, 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 then I was able to deploy it. I'm like, I know what he's saying. He's saying what he got back from it wasn't good enough to use. He probably spent more time editing the thing than if he just did it on his own to start. I know what he's saying because I've been there. So I want to get hands-on and get deep with this so I can call out all the LARPy shit and say, can we talk about what this really can do? Which I think it can do a lot. But I think a lot of that stuff is just coordination. It's like the thing I made for my dad, the tracking his medicine and stuff. I think it's a great example. It just doesn't sound as impressive to people, but I'm like, that's the stuff we should be pushing because it matters. There's like a real impact if you use it for what it can actually do. The little example last week of having it schedule things for me, put things on my calendar, read a screenshot and book out my calendar, coordinate some like stuff between me and my wife, find us a hotel, find us like restaurants. That stuff I think matters. And nobody wants to push that out there because you think it's not enough. I'm like, dude, if you don't appreciate how awesome that is, I think you're missing it because we're chasing this like world-changing thing that's supposed to be here right now. We're still, for agents, we're still at the Will Smith spaghetti video phase. We're still there for agents. We are, and they're fucking awesome, but we're there. And I think we got to be more real about what it is capable of doing right now, like perfectly. Or as close to perfect enough that you can use it like every day and count on it. That. And the thing I did for my dad in tracking the medicine, it did. So I want to push that shit out there, and I want to fight back. I want to push back against all the other Claude code I have set up, and I've used it for a matter of minutes. So no, so I'm going into it pretty blind, which I think is cool, you know. And I'm going to lean on everybody I know that is using it, like you guys. I'm going to be asking questions, and I'm going to learn it live. And I used to not want to do that because I didn't want to like expose myself as being stupid with it, not knowing. I don't give a shit now. Like, it's better if I just say I don't know. I'd rather just be upfront. Don't know. Haven't used it much. I'll do cool shit with it live, and I'll figure things out, and I'll look real stupid with it live too. Can't wait. Anyway, NFTs looking very bad. But whatever. Boy, the time thing. We are going long today. I think I have a meeting in an hour. Let me just double check. So we'll go till that hour because I do want to get the newsletter started. Our goal today, yeah, I got it over an hour. So let me tell you where we ended last week and where we're going to continue this week when I dive into mines. So I got to share my inbox, but let me pull this up just while I chat. And then again, we're jumping into death and taxes for like a minute. I'm just going to shill NFTs because I fucking love them. And I launched a mine to help me with that NFT thing. It's a game. Where we left last week, my mines, I launched 4 mines. Prior, have a great day, buddy. I launched 4 mines. Hang on, DK. You have 15 pages of instructions that your OpenClaw runs through. Wow. Yeah. What you're saying is what the CEO of Anthropic says about the guardrails. They're red lines. Not ready yet for autonomous killing machines yet. Yeah. I think it's close to. I bet within a year it's ready. I do. I really do believe that. I think this year is last year was the year that agents kind of like went mainstream, but this is the year agents live up to the hype. I believe that at some point this year that happens. I do. I think so. All right. So newsletter, my goal, I want to get fired. For real. I want AI to do everything I'm doing now. I hope I can figure out more to do. But that's my goal. So last week I launched 4 mines, 1 for each section of the newsletter, because I found when I had it do the whole thing, it would get confused between format and instructions, and it ended up being a mess. And I had to spend, hours into doing the thing just to redo the whole thing manually, right? Last week with the 4 mines, it did pretty fucking good. Wow. Yeah, DK, man. So 4 mines, 1 for each section. And I hit that point like I usually do with AI where it's like, it gets me really far and I'm like blown away by the result. And then I get to a point where I'm like, all right, now let's put it together. Let's get the final output. And then it makes a mistake. And I go back and try to correct the mistake and it makes more mistakes. And then I just get in this loop where like I can't get the perfect version and it actually is making more work for me trying to dial it in. Like the time it takes, I'm like, and then I abandon it. But when all was said and done last week, I'm like, the mines did 60% of my newsletter, maybe like 70%, and it did a really good job at it. And this week, the goal is to dial it in further. So the goal is do the same thing. We're probably rebuilding one of the mines because I now have a mine that helps me write prompts. So I'm trying to like engineer a brand new mine for one of those sections. And I want to see if he does better right off the bat. And it might. Moonship, explain. Because we use artifacts of mines. I want to make sure we're talking the same thing. I imagine we are. Okay. But like I said, we're talking real quick NFTs and very specifically about a project called Death and Taxes. Well, it pulls right up here. Death and Taxes. I think one of the coolest things that's happened in NFTs for a while, pure art project, but happens to be a game. TLDR, there's 6,969 of these. You pay a daily tax. If you don't pay the tax, you can get audited. And if you're caught not paying, you can get knocked out of the game. That's the game. So you can try to hide and not get audited. Or you can pay the tax and stay in. Again, the last 69 players split the treasury here, which is cool. So there's like a money incentive. Art's phenomenal. It's a guy I love to collect. That game kicks off tomorrow. It starts. But the game's got some rules to it. So I've actually launched a mine to help me game plan how to play it, also to track how other people are playing it, watch on chain for who's in, who's knocked out, whatever. but the NFTs are phenomenal and the collecting is wild and it's a lot of fun. So I've been buying these things. I've been trading, less trading, more buying. I've been scooping them up. Bought a Grail from the collection too. I see a lot of potential with this collection. I think these are going to be pretty damn sweet. But I got my crew. I'm playing the game. I don't think I'm going to pay. Well, let me say it like this. I don't think I'm going to play it hard. I think I'm going to play and pay taxes for like 2 or 3 days. Feel how many people exit out. How many people just came in and bought the art just to collect the art, which is mostly me. How many are playing the game for the prize at the end? And if I can, I'm going to find some partners that want to help fund it and then share in the prize. Both share the NFT, and I would run with this. I did buy it. Like, I think the grail of the collection. So my goal is maybe find somebody like a whale out there who wants to like share this and like split the prize and they kind of fund it. And I'll use some of my guys that have like some powers, right? Like you can audit characters, you can bribe to get out of an audit, stuff like that. So I can use what I have to play the game too, but that might be the goal. Watch that collection this week. Hot artist, I think, breaking through right now. I think this is his breakthrough collection. People, again, digging the art, digging the artist, digging the game. And the people playing it are people who just love NFTs. And it's like, if they go to zero, that's okay. We kind of expect that. That's why I'm kind of saying NFTs are in the best spot they've been in since 2020 and before, when people traded CryptoPunks because they loved them and because they believed what could happen. We're there now. So yeah, in a really, really good spot. These are badass. So games to play within the game. You know, there's the speculative side, trying to get stuff that's like mislabeled and hoping there's some value to them. I'm DK. I think it's, I mean, I bought it because I'm like, if there's one piece that represents the whole collection, it's this one. It just is. I'm like, that thing is, I think, the grail of the collection out of all of it. And I looked, I mean, hours and hours and hours and hours over this thing. I'm like, that one is like the face of the collection to me. And other people see it too. They, you know, I've had people say the exact same thing. And I'm like, that's to me kind of an investment. I think it's we'll see. We'll see if the play ages well, but I think it is. Separately, again, anybody, you've been watching the stream, you know, for the past few days, you've heard all this before, but there was another little game that some of these weren't labeled correctly, right? Like I see this monkey out there not labeled a monkey. Sounds silly, right? But not silly when these things with a monkey trait are selling for an ETH. So I'm waiting to see if that trait gets added to it. I requested it did. Right now, the monkey floor is 1.6 ETH, and they are selling. Right? Last monkey sales, 1 ETH, 0.89, 0.79, 1.5, 1.15. So that was my little gamble that I get the monkey trait. And yeah, I'll flip them. Yeah. So play the game and play the game within the game. And there's a ton you can do. But just to, you know, to say again, NFTs are in a really good spot right now. 241 ETH in volume too. 241. They're in a good spot. If you loved NFTs back in the day, I am pretty damn sure you'll love them now. And there's been a lot of upside to it. All right. All that. And now we can get to mines. Okay, so where am I going to start? First, I need to decide if I really am going to go with a new mine or if I'm going to go use the one from last week. I think I'm doing the new one, but I realized this morning, I'm like, I should probably test the old one and see how it does, right? Okay, so let me share. Yeah, let's share this. Okay. Here's my death and taxes mind, right? I made it. It's called Modest Minded. So it's given me a game plan here. It's actually trying to equip some skills to monitor the chain too for specific transaction types. I don't know if it's hallucinating yet. I'm going to figure that out. But who's paid taxes, who's been audited, who's been eliminated. I don't even know if those are real events. I'll find that out. But if they're not, I get to tell him, no, look for this transaction type. I'll give him a transaction hash and I'll say, look at this. This was where someone was eliminated. Now scan for those things, right? So I'm going to have this be like my companion for the game. See how it goes. We'll see. So what I do is I pick the top 2 or 3 topics from the week and I try to find like 5, 10, 15 links, like posts on X about it that have all the information about it. I've trained my mind how to format it. Like, how do you format, how I format my newsletter? And I give them the links and I say, read the links, summarize it like I requested, which is 1 or 2 sentence summary, 5 to 7 bullet points, each one a full sentence, just data points, factual, but a full complete sentence, hyperlink 1 word in the sentence to like the source post. It did a great job. It did a really, really great job. So I'm going to do the same here today. If he doesn't give me back something good on the first try, I think we go to the other mind. We take the new mind I made and we kind of start fresh. Who is this guy? Hang on, I need to see if this is my new one or if my mind spun up another new mind, and I hope he doesn't. But yeah, let's see. Okay. Top topics last week. If you were to pick, I'm trying to use AI for as much of this as possible, by the way. If you were to pick the top stories last week, what would it be? Again, I'm trying to cheat. I'm trying to not do it my old way, which is I have it all bookmarked, have it all on a doc, but I'm trying to think through it and see if I can get AI to pull me the top stories of the week. I got you, Hoods. I'll check. Also, send me the API thing you were asking about. Just like give me the details, right? Because I want to get you that answer. Top stories last week to me was Anthropic US government stuff. I think that's one of them. And then OpenAI signing that contract with the government. So I think that's one. So I'm going to give that to probably Grok. And I'm going to tell Grok, get me all the posts that have all the details about it, right? I think that's how I'm going to source the posts. They're all bookmarked, but I want to not use them. I want to just get them from AI. Ultimately, we build another agent or a mind that gets the headlines for us. So that's the goal. So I'm even going to cheat right here. You know what? Maybe I should just share my whole screen so we can see both instead of just a window. So yeah, hang on. Let me share different. Wall Street 24/7 through blockchain. To me, that's going to be a headline, not a top story, even if it's a big deal. Like it's a big deal. But I think I make that like a headline, not a big, like breakdown, I think. But I'm going to make sure I jot that because that at the very least is on the newsletter. Okay, I think this works. Hang on, let me share different. Funny enough, as busy as it was last week, now I'm wondering if was it actually kind of quieter? Man, that's not great either, huh? But okay, hang on. What were the top stories in? Let's go top 5. Top 5 stories in crypto. All right, let me see what Grok gives me. So again, I'm not even pretty sure. Definitely, it's all the Anthropic, Department of War, OpenAI stuff. Oh, I think we could probably do maybe the block story. I mean, it's all AI stories last week. Very little crypto stories. Vitalik selling ETH. Yep. I think that also goes in headlines. But I think noteworthy happenings, like what are the fucking just like the things you got to remember from that week? I think block and job cuts. I think not the Iran thing, but I think the block story. I think OpenAI, Pentagon, Anthropic thing. Yes. Yeah. Okay. I think those are the stories. I don't think there's more. So I'm going to ask Grok to give me this. I'm going to ask it for the top, like, 7 informative posts about Trump Anthropic feud and Open OpenAI first backing Anthropic and then making a deal with okay, let's see if that'll work. And again, I'm just trying to source posts, source the articles. I'm going to give them to my mind and say, format it. I'm not going to give them any other context. Format it like I trained you. Format it like you've been instructed. Okay, this is good. Here's the Sam Altman backend. That's a great one. Yep. Now, what I really wish it did, that's a good one. What I wish it did is source not just the most engaged with ones, which should work, but I wanted to source from the most like legit sources. Like even if likes aren't like top, I just want from like official sources. But those links might be enough, and then I can also tell it use your skills, search X and search web to go find any other information about it. Okay, so I might actually ask it to um, find me top posts about government negotiating with Anthropic because I kind of want to show the back and forth at the start. Okay, I think this will work. Are Hyperliquid listings bullish or only Aster? I think Hyperliquid are too, for sure. There's so much liquidity there. Yeah, so I think that too. Okay, it's not giving me great stuff, but I hate how it does this. It'll give me yeah, these are good. Oh, dude, the Magic Eden story might be a noteworthy happening too. I might have that up there as well. So it's giving me the top post, but it's not linking me to them. Instead, it's giving me the text and the post ID, and then it's giving me links to everything else. So I got to ask it to give me the actual links. And then we're going to throw this. We're really close to that. We're going to throw this at the mind and ask it to format it. I think we're pretty good here. What's funny too is last week when I got one of my my results back from the mind, it had some stuff in there and some of its bullet points. I'm like, dude, that's fake. Like that's hallucinated. I'm like, remove that. And then I went back and read one of the articles I'd given it. I'm like, oh shit, it was actually in there. It actually didn't hallucinate at all. Okay, I think we got our links. We're good. So our first test. All right. Cats to unstake or yeah, as it well. No, because there's still benefits cats for the ME stuff, and their marketplace doesn't come down until the 9th. So it's nothing happens till when next Monday, I think. So you should be good to do whatever you need to do. They maybe change something like a URL, but you should be good still. All right, so let's do this. I'm gonna double check that this is the right guy. Happenings editor. Let me see. Okay, yeah, that's the original one. So let's do this. Let's try with him. Okay. Okay. So I'm just telling him what the story is. He now needs to go and do everything. Read the posts and format them like I've trained him. And remember, he was trained with another mind helping. So I'm going to loop in the other mind just to make sure he stays on track. If it doesn't come back the first time with the right result, I'm going to know that either it's gone too long and it's like, lost its, I guess, context. But at that point, if I have to retrain him what to do, then I start fresh. And I already have my prompt ready from the translator to actually do that. So I'm really curious if they remember. Okay, so I'm going to give them all the links, and then I'm going to say also use search, web, and search. I shouldn't have to tell him this, by the way, and maybe it's better I don't, but I do because I just want to make sure that he's using the two skills out there to search the web for stories to support it, and then search X. Let me CC translator. Okay, let's see. I don't know. I don't know if I have a strong feeling if he's going to get this right or not. I hope he does. I think he will. Now, what is all this? Yeah, I don't know what all this is. In fact, like this is the stuff that it's like, got to figure it out. He has cognitions when I think I've asked him to not until I ask him for something. Maybe where the problem is because I've looped in translator. Translator is now in a circle and talks to him behind the scenes. So I think I've just made it where he's being like, there's requests for him to do stuff. Yeah, like they're just chatting away. So if it doesn't come back with a great formatted section, and I hope it's one and done, dude, I hope it comes back and it just gives me the section. If so, I'm telling you, if it does that, that will save me 30 minutes. 30 minutes to like read the article, pick out like the best point from that, write the summary, write the bullet points, do the hyperlink. If it does it all for me and I can just copy paste it, 30 minutes saved for the first topic. And I'm telling, like, these little things add up. Yeah, I just don't think you got to worry about the staked ME. I'm pretty sure you don't. I just thought if you stake, you can't unstake, but I might be wrong. I don't know. But yeah, you're good. But yeah, Mike, I mean, I think you heard the ME stuff, right? Shutting down the EVM and Bitcoin marketplaces. It's only Solana. Okay. So I wonder, this is part of the thing is how long to the reply? Usually pretty fucking quick. So can I make that fit a better way? Iraq, yeah, I think it's doing great. Okay, hang on. Why is translator reporting or replying back? Wait. Translator, wait. I don't want translator doing this work. Well, maybe I'll let him and just see what he does. You know what? I need to let them just do their thing. Let's see what he does. And I got my result back. Okay, so let me share different so we can see it better. At a first glance, it looks pretty good. But let's see. No, I already see a mistake. I do. It's not a bad one, but I see a mistake. Death and Taxes, the game Iraq starts tomorrow. So if you want to keep the art as is, you definitely want to insure it today. So just a heads up there. Or if you're going to pay the tax for a day or two, you don't have to worry about the insurance until you decide you're going to stop paying the tax, right? Okay, the format looks pretty good. Okay. I think the headline's okay. he doesn't have the flavor I asked the new mind to have, right? Like the way I want it to sound. Like I told it, sound like a 45-year-old, like internet, like what was the word I used? Like internet native kind of something. It was something like that. This doesn't. This sounds more like reporter, which is okay. I don't care. Federal AI realignment. OpenAI enters Pentagon as Anthropic exits. U.S. government has pivotally shifted its AI strategy. I don't like the wording, but again, I think it's okay if it can get the information correct. I'll worry about the wording later. That is kind of where I might need a new mind, though. Finalizing a national security partnership with OpenAI days after designating Anthropic a supply chain risk. See, I might just take this and say, word it like me, man, or what, but that's good. OpenAI finalized an agreement on February 28th to integrate its frontier models into national security operations under a new federal framework. In late February, Anthropic was blacklisted from Pentagon access after negotiations collapsed. 6 safeguards now govern the partnership, including a total ban on the use of AI for directing autonomous weapons or domestic social credit systems. Is that true? It sourced that article on its own, which is cool. Department of Defense integrated ChatGPT in its Gen AI I don't know what that is. Under the agreement, the federal government maintains cloud-only deployment while OpenAI personnel remain in the loop for high-stakes safety decisions. One primary driver for the shift was supply chain stability as officials prioritize partners willing to operate within the Pentagon's defined national security stack. National security experts noted this. This is not bad. This is actually not bad. I would use that. Okay, 2 things it did. What do you guys think? Is that like decent? I kind of want it to be more like edgy. Like I like the drama part of it. So I kind of wish it was more of the drama, less of just here's the data, like factual things. But it's pretty good. I think I would use it. Okay, 2 things it did. Voice, I don't think is great. And I gave it very specific instructions to not like, actually, I noticed something else cool it did. I gave it very specific instructions to not just hyperlink the last word. I told it to hyperlink one random word, but like the correct word. And I gave it instructions on how to figure that out. Like I would like blacklisted hyperlinked, and I would like partnership hyperlinked, like a word in there that makes sense, right? I just don't want it to look so by the numbers where the last word's format hyperlinked. But aside from that, I might just take this and use it. So I think I might actually keep that. I might also launch the other mind and ask it to do that because that one's trained on flavor. And I might just say more specifically, make sure you lean into some of the drama too, because I want that. Okay, now here's something it did. Actually, it did another thing wrong. Okay, hang on. It bolded the first thing. Here's where I get confused. Moonship, are you still there, by the way? I need somebody who's like an AI fudder because here's the thing. It had very specific instructions to not bold anything. And it did. And I'm trying to figure out why it does something like that. When it has very specific instructions, it has its own check, right? It has this whole review thing where it goes and it checks. And I think one of the checks is make sure nothing is bolded. And it bolded it. Everything else is right, though. Like the information's right, the length is right, like the general everything is right. I would like more variety to how they're like formatted a little bit. But to be honest, I think I would use that and just say 30 minutes saved. Sounds like not much, but I'm sorry. I think that's a really, really strong thing. Is you get 30 minutes saved for anything, boy, that's a win. It just doesn't sound badass if you try to put that out there, right? Okay, so I'm going to say, and I'll loop in translator. You're supposed to have, he didn't do his verification unless he did it and didn't tell me. What he's supposed to do is go check every bullet point and make sure you can find at least one other post or article that also backs up that point. And if you can't, that's okay, but you need to go and check at least and tell me what you found. And normally, so last week it was actually replying and it would show me every single bullet point in a secondary article where it backed up that point. And it didn't do that. What else? Okay, let's see. This is where it's again starts getting interesting. Like I would use that result, even if I got to go manually change what's hyperlinked just to keep it looking a little more random. I would use it, but where it starts usually getting way off is when I start replying back and say, "Hey, do this, tweak this thing, check on this." Then I start saying, "Okay, it's done that, right?" Then I start saying, "Okay, now give me the output again, like give me the version again." And then it's all fucked up. What I've learned is when you do those little changes and you ask it to go back and do it, it takes the last few things you had it do and it starts applying that to everything else. So you have to be real specific and say, only change this one thing and change it this specific way. You have to be really fucking specific and say, change nothing else. So I may need to do that here. I got to think through like if I need to and when I'll do it or what. But like, again, I'll say this already. I guess like last week, I'll say that's an 80% win. So let me write down what I wish it did different. And I'll ask the translator like what to do to dial that in. Okay, voice to by the number formulaic or whatever. First few words bolded, last word highlighted, no verification. But I think it did pretty fucking good. 80% there. That's it's just the funniest thing. It always 80%. Always, and then it's like I was telling the team this. It's like I always get 10 steps forward, 5 steps back. It's not like it's not like 2 steps forward, 1 back. It's because it's so many steps forward. Like it helps so much, but then it's like just so much of that is walked back after. Okay. Good catch on the hyperlinking. When I ran the V8 validation pass to ensure the strategist voice, and I don't want strategist anymore. M-ban, I missed the varied placement. Yes, for the hyperlinks. Corrected that. As for the bolding, that is a core component of the V8 blueprint. I might have missed that. That was part of it. Yeah, now it's just put it smack dab in the middle. I also don't want it smack dab in the middle. It needs to be. That's not actually, I don't mind that. I don't mind that right in the middle. I just like that better than on the end. Okay. Okay, hang on. Let me go peek at CoinGecko. Maybe one could trade the program to ensure the mine's infrastructure already has that implemented. What do you mean, Hoods? Give me a little more here. Maybe you could train the program to ensure the mine's infrastructure has that implemented. Um, are you talking? Is this the formatting thing? And why, dude? Holy shit! We're up 4. What happened? Why are we up 4%? All right, pause. Why are we up 4%? By the way, Hoods, you'll appreciate this, dude. I finally hang on. Let me do this. I know you'll appreciate this. I finally, dude, got my. It's actually something you said this weekend. I've got I'm starting to get back into the synths and the groove boxes. I needed it. I needed more like making music in my life. So we've got that back in the mix. Probably can't see, but we got that. Um, it's time. I got another synth. I got the Korg mini log behind it. It's just time, dude. That was Hoods inspired. It gets me in the zone. It does. Short squeeze. Interesting. I dig it, dude. I dig it. Okay. Yeah. All right, we got a like from Modest about the mind, that I launched for the for tracking the game. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, we'll keep an eye on the market. How do you feel that this mine did? Do we think that's like good to go, or should I re-prompt him and try to get him like maybe more dialed in? Let me get the second mind ready. I think that's what I want to do. So Happenings V2 is the new mind. I have not prompted him yet to like lock in his training. So I want to ask Translator. This probably gets confusing if you didn't hear this last week, but Translator. Okay. I hope that's good enough. Again, I think my prompts suck. Like me writing it out, I'm super fucking aware of how bad it is. Now, mines are a little different that you're supposed to talk to them in like normal language, like human language. So I still want to see if I can get this to be like if that's enough. I hope he remembers what I told him last week. Like last week, I told the translator what the new guy's voice is. Let's see if he remembers. The specific changes was mostly voice, personality. It was you're a 45-year-old internet guy. It was definitely more like not edgy, but definitely more. It was less like headline newsy, and it was a little more cultural kind of stuff. It was this was important too. I said your target audience is not projects. It's not the builders and it's not the projects. It's business professionals who are like crypto curious. And it's people who are like crypto people who don't have the time to stay plugged in 24/7. I'm like, that's your audience. It's not for builders. Builders already know, like the guys who are deep in this space, they know all this stuff. They're not learning anything. But guys who are casual crypto, this is for them to keep up. Like keep your finger on the pulse. So those are the two big changes that the new mind is trained from the start. My other guy from the start had no training. The current like headline happenings guy, no training. Just here's what you're going to do. Here's the formatting. That was it. No voice, no personality, no target audience. You have to do that. Again, one of the things I learned in the past week, and funny enough, one of the things that I think when we all first touching agents, we knew you had to do, like when remember like Waifu, all these like agent launch pads, they have all the fields for you to fill out, right? Again, the personality, all those things that I mostly left them blank or I'd put in like one or two words. I didn't realize how important those are, but they're really important. Like telling it who you are. You're a professional, blah, blah, blah. Your job is blah, blah, blah. Like very specific, but also just as important, who is your audience? You have to do that shit. And I thought that was just like extra bonus, whatever. I didn't know that that's like essential. You have to do that. Okay, what the? Okay, what is this? Translator replied back to happenings output. He audited it. Let's see what he says. First scan first bolding. The editor successfully using bolding. See, really possible I missed something. God, you got me wanting to look. Claude is offline. Wow, you got me wanting to look at just crypto right now. Are we over 69 right now still? Let's see. I don't think we're gonna get there. I mean, maybe we're there. I don't think we're going. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I missed something from this dude last week. I've only told it to not bold. It might have slipped in the instructions to bold and I missed it and didn't tell him to correct it. So that could be on me. Every bullet leads with a high value action. I think that's fine. verb sanitation, sanitation, sanitate. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Precise verbs. The new mind I told to not do that. I told it to use like, natural sounding verbs. M-band. Yep. Hyperlink logic. Judgment editor. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Here's the thing, buddy. Okay, let's see. I'm saying, hey, here's what I said to never bold, and I don't love those verbs. Should we correct happenings, or should we go apply to a new mind, or should we do both? Okay, so we have two paths to go down, and I think I'm going to go down both. We're gonna correct him. If he doesn't correct it well, now I have a choice. But now you're starting to feel out. Now the timing gets interesting, where I just saved 30 minutes if I went with the first output, or I can spend the next 30 minutes trying to dial it in. At that point, you're not saving time. And if I keep going down this path, I end up putting in more time. So this is where it's like, I've not figured out when you stop. I've never figured out what it's really capable of to know if that's the best it'll do. I'd like to know that. If it's a matter of I just got to dial it in better, and then the first time, every time it gets it right. If I know I can get to that point, I'll keep pushing, because it's just putting in the work up front to then, over the next many weeks, months, whatever, not have to deal with it. And I don't know yet. I haven't figured that part out. And I kind of think like DK, DK might have a good feel on this. Anybody else using AI? Do you run into this same kind of thing? Do you like push through? Is that the right thing to keep tweaking it? I think it is. Or have I done, is it already like a win? Did it already do what I needed? Okay. So for the new mind, oh no, this isn't for the new mind. This is replying right back. The bold thing. Tone adjustment. I feel like he's if he's given me this for the new mind, I feel like he's lost it. Okay, DK. All right. So he's given me the prompt for the new one, and I think he's got it wrong already. Because the way we locked it in before, it was way better with the voice, like who he is. It was definitely 45-year-old whatever, right? So let's go 45. I'm just going to search, see if I can find that last prompt. Did I star it? I hope I did. Yes, here we go. Okay, I've got the prompt. Oh, hang on. I already did this prompt. This prompt I gave to the... This prompt I think I gave to the concierge who launched me this mind. Like V2 exists already. Let me do this. Let's start fresh with V2, because he has that instruction of what he is. I've not given him the format. So I think now it is time to do the formatting. This gets a little confusing, right? So it's why we're just kind of taking the time and thinking through it all. So what I need to do is I need to give the new mind an example of what the output should look like. I need to give him his instructions first. You are going to format a newsletter this way. You are not going to do this. You are going to edit. You're going to check it and verify it this way. Your expected output is this. He's got the personality stuff baked in now. That's like how he was created. I think. So let's just make sure. Happenings V2. Let me... Here, I don't know his email. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to make a new filter. This I think is important for you guys who are using mines. Get used to filters. Otherwise, you just get so cluttered. Okay, I'm just creating the filter now. I'm going to go and when he replies, actually, I'll do it based on that. Let's filter messages like that. Create filter, skip the art inbox. I don't want it to show in my inbox. I want it to show in the labels. Choose the label, happening V2. So skip the inbox, apply that label, archive it. If you don't archive it, well, no, that is the same step. Skip and archive, same thing. Filters let you see archived emails. So that's why those two work. So create the filter. Also, I'm going to apply it to the past 3. So it's going to pull out in my inbox any of the emails from them already. It's going to pull from the inbox, archive them is what it's doing, but I can still see them in the filter. So happenings V2. Okay, when we get the reply, it'll show up here. Okay. Okay. He had a cognition here. This is not. Hang on. Okay, this is it. This is what I needed. I'm Happenings V2, a 45-year-old internet native strategist. I don't do fuzzy plans or chatty filler. I read markets, identify noise, manage capital. My goal is to maximize owner-aligned growth while preventing the kind of unmanaged bleed we're seeing right now. I don't know what the fuck that means. Your goal is his goal is to report on news. Your goal is to report crypto, AI, and NFT news. Okay. Again, I don't think great instructions, but we'll see. Can it go through Slam Nation in Slack? If Slack, yes. Animoca's using these in Slack right now. I don't think we're ready to like really open that up, but yes, in fact, well, especially especially when I get my OpenClaw working. I'm trying to think of like where I want to interface with them. I don't want to interface with it on Telegram. I hate Telegram. I just hate Telegram. I'm probably going to use my OpenClaw in Discord or in Slack. I haven't figured out which. I think it's probably going to be Discord though. I just don't like Telegram. Okay. Hoods, I feel like the best advice for you, again, I'll get answers, but I feel like the best advice for you is launching new mines because like I think you're going to burn through like I see what people I see what people are, you know, spending on cognition. I think you're going to just keep burning through cognition. You know what I mean? Like I think you are. I think everybody is, right? I think your best bet is like new mind and then new mind and then new mind. Like I think it's doing that for a while, like taking what you got the other to do, getting it to dial you in like the prompt so you can like hit the ground running with a new one. Because what I worry is you're gonna get access to your mind, you're gonna get them back, you're gonna get cognition, and you're gonna burn through it quickly and then have to pay again and again, right? Because it's just how it works. That's my biggest concern for you. I think you should try new stuff because they're free for the few days. All right. So one more time, I want to get. I don't know if he's giving me exactly what I asked for. He's giving me the full thing. Okay, I might skip. Hang on. He's not even telling him exactly how to format, is he? Output format, punchy authoritative title, 2 to 3 sentence summary, not three. Definitely not three. It's 1 to 2. Bullet point 5. I'll take this and I'll edit that a bit. A bit. Um, no M dashes. Yeah, scan first bolding. Bold the first again. That's got to change. Okay, happening V2. I mean, he's giving me an update on market, which is kind of cool. And he's trying to write this shit on his own without knowing the format. So let's give him his prompt. Okay. So I'm ready to give him his prompt. So I need to get him an example here. And I'm gonna go back a couple months to get some stuff that was like kind of had some flair on it, like okay. Okay. Let me see if I get it here. I think I will. That's what's up. I love that, dude. By the way, and I think I showed this last week, but I want to show it again. It's a perfect way um to make sure. Check this out. Perfect way to keep track of your cognitions and like just see where they're at, right? Um when you go to amind.ai or ethoswarm.ai, go to your profile, you'll see all your mines, right? You'll see all your mines. You can click on them and it'll show you how much cognition they used and are using so you can start kind of like mapping out, figuring out what you're going to, be chewing through here. Where's happenings? Here's modest minded. I'm really curious what he's doing. So 406 swarm. Is that 1,800 or yeah, but you can see, and of course, like you go to mines that are older and you can see it like a lot better. I want to find happenings. Yeah, here's happenings. So like, yeah, here's last week, I'm assuming. So the work I had them do last week, all there. But then you can keep track. You can see about what it is, what kind of cognition they need. Um, did you make your own crypto AI agent? I mean, yes, yeah. We've got agents in like crypto agents. Yes, they you can tell them to make a wallet, but they're anything, everything crypto if you want them to be, and nothing to do with crypto if you don't want it to be. I don't think Solana wallets yet. I don't, but here's the thing, like I can ask my mind. So by the way, free to try for a few days. If you launch one, you can ask it, say, can you create yourself a Solana wallet? Right now, I know for sure base. Solana, I only don't think so because a couple of our guys are like Solana native bros, right? Like hardcore Solana guys. And I've not heard them mention what they're doing on Solana with it yet. So right now, like base focus because the coin is on base, but also like that's just for payments, right? I would say launch one. Like it's not no install, no account, no none of that stuff, right? I'll ask mine. Yeah. But I ask you guys to launch them because they're free. I'm not asking anybody to spend money. I want you to get your hands on and try. But yeah, let me ask one. Let's do, and I'm just going to pick a random one. Let's try this dude. I lean towards no. I don't think they have Solana wallets yet. Also, personally, I'm not trusting it to trade. I've run a simulation. So I've given one. I said, hey, make yourself a wallet. And I'm going to give you a fake one ETH. Like I'm not funding you, but like simulate trades and like keep track of it all and let me know. Like I want to see if you're up or not. Can you create your, hang on. Okay, let's see. I'm really curious. I think no for Solana yet. All right. Let me see if I got my prompt here. One cool thing, again, I'm always looking for signs that I'm on like the right path with something. So a lot of those videos were definitely pushing you to like get into reverse prompting. Like you should be reverse prompting. So I was glad, right? Just because it's what I'm doing. It's kind of all I'm doing right now. And I'm just trying to learn from those prompts that come back, how they're different from what I would have asked. And they're pretty different. But I'm also spotting where they're just, I can tell still not even good enough. But all right, I want to get this second fucker configured here. And while we're waiting, dude, wild. Dude, if we can get over 70 and hang on with it, would be so spicy. And I won't trust it, but it's nice for a minute. Okay. Actually, I bet even quicker would have been to launch like go through the concierge process, like the Awaken amind process, like right from the start. Just try to make like a Solana one. Here, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to make one and just ask what it can do on Solana. All right, so that's like the process to launch one of these. You go on the website, you click button, you're going to get an email pretty quickly. And in this, the email you get, by the way, I already got my answer back, but the email you get back is not your mind. It's a concierge that's going to help you launch a mind. Let's see. Created a base wallet. Okay, so it did do that. Regarding Solana, my current protocol for wallet creation supports ETH, Base, EVM chains, not yet Solana. So I wonder if somebody can build a tool that does Solana, which is kind of where these get really, really interesting, right? People can build skills and build apps that then other people can tap into. So somebody, I imagine, could build a some kind of Solana application. I don't know. I'm assuming so. Let me know how you want to prioritize finding a workaround. Um, can you build a skill, or are there? Might abort mission on this one here. I wanted to launch a mine that tracks anybody launching. So I tweeted out I was using it to play Death and Taxes. I wanted to see if anybody else does that, but I might not need that. I wonder if the Animoca site's tracking it, which I think it's not because it's not showing the mines I launched. Okay, still waiting for that reply back. Wow. Trump tells CNN that the big wave is still to come. Like, wow. Yeah, I think I saw they were getting ready with like the Navy, just like full fucking scorched earth kind of thing. Dude, that Venice token is going to cook, huh? All right. So again, with the time saving stuff, if I kept the first output, which I think was fine, 30 minutes saved. Now we're what, 45 minutes? And so now it's taken longer than it would have taken. Like, this is where I don't know. I don't know the best path because, like, if I felt we made progress on this from last week, then but not yet. I just don't know yet, right? Um, GitHub, no. Trying to think best place for you to get info. Go to let me think. By the way, did you see the videos of like the hypersonic missiles and also like the laser defense system? All right, I was checking if we had anything up on our Slam AI website. Not yet. Yeah, we don't have anything about the mines up here yet. This is some of the data that they have access to. Yeah, all I'll say for now is ethoswarm.ai. And you're not going to see much there. I think your best bet is like chatting with a mind. But documentation will be here. All right. I really want to get this message back. I'm thinking of flipping to Telegram and chatting with it there. Dude, wild hoods, wild. Yeah, might do TG. It won't be faster there, but we'll tell you what. I don't mind fucking poking them and just say, yo. When was our message? Our last one was what, 10 minutes ago? Okay. The site will have like kind of like where I'm at right now. Don't know if he's having a cognition or if he's like if there's like email lag, whatever, something like that. So this site will show the site will show, I think, their current status. I don't know if it does right this second. Right now, just cognitions. I think you can take them offline from here too. It shows you online, offline, but this will show if they're in the middle of a cognition too. So you'll know again if you're waiting on something like I usually am here. I'll know if it's just like still working. Every so often I'll get this little bug where it's got like UTC time, so it actually replies to me, but I never get the email. It's a weird thing. It's almost like, does it like future date it? I don't know, but if I reply, it replies back, and then I see it below as a reply that I never received. If that makes sense. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. I'm just going to take the prompt. I'm gonna do this. I'm just going to take it. Let me double check. I guess I should double check. Okay, you're the noteworthy happenings editor. Your task is to process news sources into a newsletter. This is pretty good. Prioritize density, speed, structural discipline, um, tone, voice, casual, active. That's fine. I think that's fine given how he was like, yeah, actually, I like this. Switched instead of pivoted. Um, signaled or locked in instead of finalized. I like that. Impact first, lead every bullet point with the most significant entity or action. Focus on proper nouns, specific dates, hard numbers. I like. No bolding, no M dashes, varied hyperlinks. Structure, punchy 2 to 3 sentence context paragraph, 5 to 7 impactful bullet points. It needs to go way deeper than that, though, on the structure. It needs to be full sentence, like complete sentence. It can't be like bullet points. And this is why I don't know how they lose that, because he knows at this point, he knows it's been a week of like using it and building it out. He knows the full structure is, you know, you know. Um, no, dude, we got the coin already, right? I mean, you're right. Yeah, we got a coin. No need for a pump coin and fees and all that. Appreciate it. But no, we wouldn't claim it and none of that. Um, okay, I need to tweak some of this. Boy, if this were easier to search, I would like to go back to one of the earlier prompts for him, because like some of the early ones were like pretty good. Like he did a really good job at the start, and then we just had to tweak them. Okay, everybody tells you when you listen to like the experts doing this stuff, they always tell you write down your prompts. They tell you this. You should have like a prompt Bible. Should have had a prompt Bible. I should have been doing this. Good. Yeah, that would be. I should have done that. So I'm going to go back to some of his translators reply here. Yeah, this is better. This is better. Okay, let me put that in a. I'm going to use some of that. Okay, we're getting there. And of course, again, the timing is just crazy. I got a meeting in 7 minutes. My Monday is all this, right? My Monday is newsletter. So I have this meeting, I think Animoca just after, and then it's newsletter till I'm done. So I will be streaming this after. Also, I got to say, like, I have a bad habit of saying we'll stream more and then don't, but I have to. I will be streaming. So just a heads up. Okay, so I'm going to take this and combine it with the other part. And then I'm going to give it a, here, let's put this on the screen. So I want to whittle this down. Not that I want it shorter, long is better, but I want to get it where it's not like doubling up any specific things. I don't think he's a bot. No, I think he's real. I think he's real, bro. Yeah, I don't trust any of it, Mike. I don't. Okay. Casual, impact first, high density, no bolding. Yeah, all that good. Okay, let's do this. I mean, I like all this part, so I'm just going to take this. Yeah, I think that works. And then we'll take that verification. Full account. Yep. I'm just going to do it like that. Yeah, fair, Mike. What is there to trust? Yeah. Okay, and I want to give him an example. So I've got an older newsletter up that's worded just like I do, just like caveman. Actually, that one's too caveman. Hang on. I know you can't see it. But let me go for something a little better. It's funny when I look through past newsletters, they're sometimes kind of shitty. Just kind of shitty. So, like, I don't mind AI doing this. I'm trying to find one that was like, I was like just fucking proud of the newsletter, sounded good, was like, good, spicy. You know what? Fuck it. This isn't great, but whatever. I think it's fine. Actually, I can send it an image. So I'm almost tempted to give it an image of this. But let's kill the picture. All right, I think we're going to do this. Okay, happenings V2. And I'm going to copy translator. Okay. Happenings V2. Here are your instructions, your purpose. Sounds so stupid. But whatever. I got to get in the habit of talking to it like a person, though. Like, that is part of what you're supposed to do. Talk to it like a person. It's supposed to understand that. Happenings V2. Here are your instructions, your purpose. Translator. Please don't reply. You're here to observe. I hope he always remembers the 45-year-old internet native fucking whatever. 1 to 2 sentence natural summary. I just want to make sure I don't have the 1 to 3 sentence thing or 2 to 3 in here anywhere. I don't want that. Yeah, I think this is fine. Fuck it. Okay. We got an email from Death and Taxes. Let's see. I don't want ETH price. I do want floor price. That's incorrect. Floor price is not 0.0082. So, you know, just in a whole other thing to chase. Floor price is not fucking point. Yeah, boys. Send it your fucking energy, dude. Let's, man. All right. Bouncing for now. Got to get to a meeting, and then we'll be back here hour and a half ish, continuing on this. I won't prompt him anymore. I'll continue the prompting like when we're live. I guess if I do, because I need to get it moving, I'll just show everything I prompted. But boys, fun. Hit the like. Follow Ethos Swarm on X. Go to amind.ai. Launch a mind. Free to try. Get your hands on it. See what you can cook up with it. We are going to be streaming a lot with using OpenClaw and especially Amind. And I think marry them together is going to be pretty wild. So we'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.